know if you can see it from this far back, but it's definitely noticeable up close. As I turn that wheel, you start to see that kind of back and forth. And on my road test, it felt like it was coming from the front end on the steering wheel. It could be all four wheels, but it's definitely, there's definitely an issue here. So probably my recommendation is to take it to a tire shop and see what they say, because they may have more tools available to them to check for the wheel itself not being bent or out of shape. And then the tires themselves, they'll be able to verify if there's a problem there, and maybe just swapping out the front tires, see how that, drive it, see if that improves the situation. But at this point, I don't see anything under the car in the wheel bearing spindle, the tightness of the wheel. I've had the wheels on and off a couple of times, and the problem isn't presenting itself from there. So that's kind of what I would suggest we need to focus on is getting some tires on this thing. And I would take it directly to the tire shop, because they may be able to take it, and depending on the shop, they might be able to run it on a computer that will give them more ideas about the roundness of these tires. But I would imagine both sides are pretty much the same, because they were both about the same pressure when it got here at the shop. Anyway, that's where we're at on that. All the brakes have been replaced. I don't know if you noticed that too. I've got all the new rotors, got all the new, or not the rotors, the calipers have been replaced, the rotors have been resurfaced. They were good, in decent shape, but now we have no leaks on all 4 points. All new parts there, and everything has been bled out. I had to do some work on the brake system, because it wasn't just the calipers that were the problem. The problem was also, there's a proportioning valve. Let me see if I have it. It's over here. The proportioning valve was sticking the piston inside, and that's what this is. This thing has been on there for a good 50 years, and it's had fluid in it. What happens is this inside of here is a little piston, and when the brake system starts to fail, it will slide over this little piston in there. And the problem is that piston is stuck, and it doesn't allow the brake fluid to flow through. Once it gets to a stuck position, they're almost impossible to return. And a lot of times these will cause a lot of braking issues in the future. So what I do is I remove them out of the system, and I install a variable brake adjuster valve, and this allows me to fine tune the braking to the car. It makes it stop the best that it can based on the components that are on it. So that took some time, because I had to form my own brake metal lines and make all my connections to the new brake parts. Up there is the new master cylinder, which was also failed. Put a new master cylinder on it, those new metal lines, and that all connects to a valve that's right up there. There's a T valve, and then there's a variable valve up there. Very easy to access from the top side, and that'll get you that'll get that braking where I want it, as far as how it applies pressure on it. Anyway, this is an update from Manny at Classic Auto Repair. I'll be sending this out to you, and then we can talk about the next steps. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.